My name is Alan Blevins with Philips Healthcare in Andover, Massachusetts. I'm the Director of Talent Acquisition over the North America commercial market.
I'm Mike Schneller. I'm the sourcing lead for talent acquisition at Philips.
Before we had Avature, I felt like we weren't getting the value for the dollars we spent in recruitment marketing. We would attract candidates to Philips, maybe not have an opening for them at the moment, and then lose touch with them. In the future, when a similar requisition would open, we would reinvent the wheel and start the process all over again. Avature has really helped us recognize the most value we can get for our recruiting efforts. My team last year had over 30,000 applicants for Philips sales jobs, and we hired roughly 1,000. That's so many extra candidates that we would normally lose touch with. We took the best of those candidates and put them into Avature by zone, and now we have the ability to go back and hopefully next time fill the positions quickly with people who have already expressed interest in Philips.
If you've ever used a tool other than Avature in a CRM or an ATS, it takes a lot of clicks to get anywhere remotely close to a candidate profile. And with Avature, I can have a dashboard on the left, or I can use my journal to get to candidates very quickly.
If anyone's ever spent any time working with various HR tools, they're usually not very user-friendly and a bit cumbersome. Avature is certainly on the cutting edge of usability, especially for recruiters who don't consider themselves to be technical with systems. So we find that to be beneficial when it comes to rolling out the system and encouraging adoption.
If I want to give a snapshot to a hiring manager of previous roles or previous candidate pools, I can do that with my lists. I can export them with Excel and put them into the manager's hands, which in a lot of cases would be an engineering manager who loves to see data. And Avature provides us a unique data set to other tools in the market. I've become what you would call a power user or super user of Avature, constantly going to Avature customer support or to the workshops or to online trainings or meetup groups that we have locally to figure out how people do things differently. And oddly enough, I never thought there would be a community around a tool like this, but it's been fascinating.
One of the really nice things about working with Avature is the team. My experience with some vendors in the past is they tend to disengage once you sign the contract. Avature is very willing to reach out and help us customize things like landing pages. They'll provide training, and they really want to understand what we're trying to get out of the tool, and they spend time to help us achieve that goal.
The overarching theme here is that they care about what we care about.
If someone were to ask me about Avature CRM, if they were considering implementing that in their country, I would not only tell them to go ahead and absolutely do it, but I would suggest they look at the ATS and all of the other Avature tools as well. As I mentioned before, the collaboration with the Avature team, the ability for them to understand your goals as a company and to help you achieve those is something that you won't get from most other vendors.